You're listening to A Daughter, A Daddy, A Podcast, a Jamil Varil podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and all major podcasting platforms. And we're your co-hosts and her daddy. How's it going today, little love?
Good. Gobble,
Gobble,
gobble, gobble,
gobble, gobble. You all excited for Thanksgiving, bud?
Yes.
Excellent. First, we'll be going into some of what we've done fun this past week with the different Thanksgiving festivities, different holiday activities. After that, we will go into some of what we have watched together, some of what we have played together, learned together, created together, and read together. All right. Sounds like a fun time, Autumn, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we had some festivities for the holidays yesterday. We had some fun yesterday. What did we do yesterday?
The cookie party.
Yes, the cookie party. Do you want to explain what the cookie party is?
The cookie party, we get to eat cookies, and then we hang out, and then people come over.
Yeah, okay. You know how as the holiday season starts to get busy, how there's always like friends and family that you can't get together with because the schedules don't always align?
Yeah?
Well, that's the reason why we have a cookie party. We try to find a day before it gets too hectic with the holiday season where we can have friends and family over that we want to spend time with, that we know we might not necessarily get to spend time with around the holidays. So we have a pre-holiday party where we're celebrating like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas all together at one time. So that's the reason why we do it. And it's a lot of fun. We all bring various different desserts. So talk to us about some of the many desserts that were available.
Marshmallow s'more thing that almost looked like candy apples.
Yeah, did you like that marshmallow s'more thing?
Yes, so they looked a lot like candy apples.
Yeah, it was a big marshmallow coated with a layer of chocolate, coated with a layer of graham cracker crust, right?
Yeah.
And that was Aunt Sherry that made it, right?
Yes.
Was that your favorite thing?
Yep.
What else did you like?
Also like the chocolate, the sugar cookies with the chocolate chips on them.
Oh, that was made by Uncle Nick. Yes. Very good. Did you try Uncle Mike's? Okay, cool. Cream of wheat. It came from Roman times. It was a 2,000-year-old recipe. That's pretty crazy. Uncle Mike is so creative when it comes to stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. Now, did you actually help make any of the candies or the cookies that were there? It's okay. You know, we store-bought the ones that we contributed to. So, like, you know, I can't fault you. But Auntie makes some very cool candy, yes?
Yes, she sure does.
Tell us about what candy she made.
Three Musketeer bars.
Yeah, she makes homemade Three Musketeer bars, yeah?
Yeah.
And she has 2 other recipes too, right?
Coconut Musketeer bars.
She has a coconut chocolate candy and
peanut butter ones too.
Yeah, so she makes her own like homemade versions of like Mounds, Reese's peanut butter cups, and Three Musketeers, and honestly, they all taste pretty good, yeah?
Yeah, especially the Three Musketeer bars. So they're very sweet.
The Three Musketeer bar that she makes is my favorite too, so I definitely appreciate that. I had a few of those yesterday. So
You did?
yeah, I had a few of them.
Thanks.
They always taste really good. They're very yummy for my tummy.
And also very rich for the stomach too.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't eat too many and you have some milk when you do it. So I think I only had 2 of them. So yeah, no, it was definitely very tasty. All right. So what is some of what we have watched this week, Autumn? We watched a movie together the other night, didn't we? Talk to us a little bit about it.
Well, that keystone, a cat, a chair, that rock because you know, it had like a person's spirit in it.
Yeah, a chair that walks that had a person's spirit in it. Do you remember the name of the film? The name of the film is Suzume, named after the main character of it. What did you think of Suzume?
I think she's cool.
Yeah, she was very like courageous and has a really big heart. Kind of like you a little.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to do it there. So what was the general plot? What were they trying to do?
Close all the doors so that they don't have any worms going through them.
And when we say worms, we're not talking about little earthworms. We're talking about big, giant, supernatural worms.
Yeah.
So they were trying to seal them away to protect Japan. Did you have fun watching it? That was your first Makoto Shinkai film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So very fun, very fun.
It felt more like a Studio Ghibli more than anything.
It did. That one did kind of have a Ghibli feel to it. All right. What is something else that you have been watching this week?
That one's the most recent thing I watched.
Huh. Yeah, I guess we didn't watch anything yesterday. I had the game on last night, and we were preparing for the cookie party most of the day. Well, what did you watch earlier in the week?
I watched Curious George Boo Fest.
Like, yeah, no, you've been watching that. You've been rewatching that this whole week, right?
Yes,
You're not quite out of Halloween mode yet. Tell us why you like Curious George's Boo Fest so much.
everything about it. And plus, I think it. I was just thinking of the funny scene.
Okay, well, what funny scene is making you laugh like that right now?
Curious George that the man was like, no noggin or whatever the scarecrow's name was.
Okay, when he thought the man in the yellow hat was
Yes,
no noggin.
yes. But really, it was George's Halloween costume, and I thought it was like that. The man thought it was no noggin as well, but it was really pants, a shirt, and a hat.
It was pretty funny. We're not creeped out of it. Well, I mean, you've seen it enough times to where there's no mystery left to it anymore, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, no, you definitely had us watch that like 4 or 5 times this past week. I remember that. And
Yeah.
we also tried out some new anime this past week too, because we're looking for some of what other people have been enjoying from the fall season. And we found something called Let's Play. So, what did you think of our main character Sam in that one?
I think she's cool.
Okay. You like the whole concept of game designing. You've designed a game yourself before too, right?
Yeah.
You want to
Take Pluto.
It's called Save Pluto. Very cool. So, you had a lot of fun designing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you and Sam have that in common. And Sam met a famous streamer moved next door to her by the name of Martial Law. And what's significant about Martial Law, this streamer?
He gave a bad review on her game online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because he was playing the game wrong. He was playing it like a fighting game where it was really a puzzle.
Yeah, no, that definitely didn't work out for him. So there's going to be a lot of reconciliation. There's going to be a lot of comedy and some romance too. You can see some romance starting to bud also. Yes.
Yes.
Our little girl loves love, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see the romance blooming in there like a flower.
So which one are you rooting for? You rooting for Link or you rooting for Marshall?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, okay. I think I'm on Team Link. So, all right. As far as watch, that's probably about the general of what we watched this past week. It's been a lot of rewatching Curious George. We didn't continue our One Piece journey this past week. We're gonna have to continue that next week. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Were you ever able to get a digital copy of the Lost Library?
No.
All right, so you haven't been able to start the Lost Library yet for the Tween Book Club, but man, it's been tough finding that so far. But when we do find it, I'm sure you'll have a lot to tell us about the Lost Library. Okay, so as far as played this week, what have you been playing this week?
What is VA?
Legend ZA, where are you at in that now?
I'm rank E.
You're rank E. Okay, so you haven't advanced since last week, but you've been playing it still, right?
Uh-huh. I've been mainly doodling around though.
You've been doing side quest, yes?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean by doodling around? Are you hitting wild areas?
Like I'm being silly.
Oh, how do you define being silly? You're hitting wild areas. What are you doing?
I'm in wild areas. I also roto glide thing.
So you have the roto glide unlocked now, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I wouldn't call running around on the rooftops in this game being silly because there's a lot of hidden Pokemon on the rooftops, aren't there?
Yeah. I also got some colorful screws and got canary plushes too.
Cool. So you've been working on getting the Canary plushies to make the game a little bit easier, yes?
Yes. I fully mastered the red one and the blue one.
Well, and what bonuses do those give?
Well, the red one gives you more XP when you do battle, and the blue one, I forgot what the blue one does.
Okay, well, nothing wrong with that. Getting the more XP is a good thing. Is the blue one making it easier to catch Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay.
Try to get is the gold one. The gold one helps you, get more money after you finish battling someone.
I did that one first, and then I did the blue one next to make it easier to catch. So the only one I don't have, I probably have a ton of screws right now that I could just cash in to get it. But the only one I didn't do was the easier XP one. So I think I stopped one shy. That's a while ago. Thanks for reminding me about that. And you caught some shinies, I've heard.
Yeah, a shiny Weedle and a shiny Pidgeot. Pidgeot, the final evolved one.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely jelly. I've only caught a shiny Spupa so far, so I've had very poor luck. as far as that goes. I am roughly about 80 wins or so away from having my shiny charm, so I'm getting there. I've already got my Greninjite and my Delphoxite. I will have your team ready for you very soon. I made you an Excadrill. And what are there other ones that you want to use for your online play?
I don't necessarily know.
Okay.
After I caught the shiny Weedle, it was ready to evolve, and I evolved it into Kafuna.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
And I was like, get this. My Braxton evolved into Delphox.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, what I used for my online team, I used Excadrill, I used Metagross, and I used, I think it was Dragonite. So I think those are the ones that I went with in the end. I might have swapped Dragonite because I was seeing a lot of Xerneas. I forget who I swapped it to. It might have been Halucha. I went with someone who I could have both Thunder Punch and Ice Punch on, probably Halucha. So I did a lot with the punching moves and earthquakes and whatnot. I found that you needed, with how many Xerneas I was seeing, that I needed to go a little more steel heavy than I initially thought. But besides that, it was a pretty easy to get the Delphoxite, and I played a little since then. But besides that, I haven't been playing it as much. I've been focusing more on getting caught up with the RP. And your cute kid pirates, we're going to be playing a little bit more with them tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely be doing that. And you have infiltrated a luxury resort, yes?
Yeah,
And you're trying to find people who can tell you about how you can get, who can give you the records for how the ships go in and out of the slave trade mountains, correct?
correct.
All right. And you found someone who was going to help you, yes?
Yeah,
Do you remember his name?
Jethro.
Jethro, yes, he's going to help you out. And what do you think of dealing with all the crazy, wacky people that you have met in Bello Resort so far?
I thought they were hilarious.
Oh, okay, so you've liked all the personalities so far?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. I've been having a lot of fun with that overall. So the play group continues to do fun stuff. They stopped a big threat that was merging in on the town, and they're now going to have a party thrown in their honor. The main group's going to have a big party thrown in their honor by the mayor because they actually performed, despite the fact that they're pirates, they performed a heroic thing and saved the town from a volcano monster. Meanwhile, another one of the groups is getting all sorts of bounties, doing all sorts of crazy things, and another one is recruiting all sorts of adventurers. A lot of fun things happening. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say as far as that goes. So, as far as creating, have you created anything this week, little love?
I did a
Oh,
library event.
oh, you did a library event. Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
It was bubbles. You got to make bubbles.
Okay, well, what type of like bubble tricks or what did you do with the bubbles?
First, can I tell you how I made the bubble?
Yeah, tell us how you made it.
First, there's this dish with soapy water in it.
Okay.
Then you just put your hands in like a triangle format, like one half triangle and the other half triangle. Then you slowly put them together, slowly put them top, and then there's the bubble. And then you just blow through the hole that has the bubble in it, and there's your bubble.
Okay, so you weren't using a device, you were using your hands to make the bubbles then.
Yeah. And plus, I also learned how to make bubbles, like a bubble caterpillar.
A bubble caterpillar? Tell us about that. That sounds pretty cool.
Well, first you start with two big circle bubbles, and then you just keep going and going and going.
Oh, that's really cool.
And also a bubble merry-go-round too. Like first you start with a like oval bubble or something, and then you put little tiny little bubbles around it.
Oh, wow, that sounded like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm sad I missed it.
yeah.
And you did something for school today. You learned about the different types of memory. What are some of the different types of memory?
And about work memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory.
Okay, so I know what short-term memory and long-term memory are.
And also I learned about amnesia too.
Amnesia. Tell us about amnesia.
Well, you start to forget important things.
Oh, okay. That's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, amnesia's a thing where it makes you forget stuff like important things.
Gotcha. So, what is work memory? I know what long term and short term memory are. What is work memory?
It's how you remember things like 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's stored in your long term memory, but when it comes up, it immediately comes to your mind.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so any random fact that you store that you can easily access would be work memory, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay, wow, I never knew there was a name for that before. I never gave it much thought before, pun intended.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. One of the things that I was reminded of this week is that sometimes when you're trying to do something that you've been trying to do for a while, obstacles might come up along the way that get something pushed off. Sometimes when you just go with the flow, timing works out better. I've been scheduled to record a Devil May Cry episode for the anime podcast multiple times with Uncle Ian, and there were 3 weeks in a row where we had to cancel because we couldn't record it. Well, the funny thing is, before we recorded it this past weekend, the news came out that the season 2 has been renewed for the series, and it's kind of like, oh wow, that timing works out perfect. So sometimes just because there's disappointment and you can't do something, sometimes that will work out for the benefit. Well, it's just some things are meant to be done at a later point because they can bring more fulfillment or bring more clarity at a later point. Never be disappointed when something gets canceled because you don't know if there was a greater purpose behind it that got it canceled to begin with, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's where I'm going this week as far as that goes. Anything final that you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No.
Okay. So first we talked about some of the fun that we had with the cookie party and then some of what we did as far as watching Suzume together and watching Curious George Boo Fest. After that, we talked about some of what we played, including Legend ZA and the High Seas RP that we've been in together. We talked about some of what we learned with the memories and some of what we learned as far as waiting for the right timing for things too. So, Autumn, wrap us up and close us out.
This is a daughter, a daddy podcast signing out. Bye.
Bye. And remember, if you like what you heard today, check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And check out all J-Mail for Real podcasts. Once again, this is a Daughter, a Daddy, a podcast. A place where a daughter and her daddy watch, read, play, create, and learn together.